Hello, I'm Anthony Patterson and I'll be presenting our key findings in inventory systems. First, I would like to point out that the Triad Goodwill system does not have a current way of tracking inventory from one warehouse to another, or from one store to another, or warehouse to store. I would like to point out that this is a very important process in understanding where your inventory has been, how long your inventory has been on hand, and what resulted in your inventory being from one store to another, and the results that came from these locations. Next, I'd like to point out that the current process that the Triad Goodwill system has, which is a 100% manual input and a very time-consuming process, as it begins with accepting donations. Then the acceptor of the donation will write down the donation, the size, and everything that belongs in the description of the donation, and then be put in a Microsoft Excel sheet, which is a very old, outdated, and time-consuming process that can be improved with great inventory software. And lastly, I would like to express how great inventory software will greatly improve the organization throughout the entire. Next, we have the complications that currently exist in our inventory systems. These two complications include training and funding. I would like to start off with funding. Currently, the Triad Goodwill only pockets 5% of all profits through their retail locations throughout the Triad, and the other 95% goes into the job centers and other endeavors to help out the community. Training programs can be expensive and time-consuming, as the Goodwill might not have the funds, with only using 5% of their profits, and they might not have the time to operate these training programs. But Dave Pisecki, a warehouse management and optimization specialist, has pointed to training being one of the most crucial parts in getting a new warehouse and inventory system.
After doing extensive research about social media, we found that it has the ability to help change a brand's image. Also, we learned that the top 3 platforms visited on social media include Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We also learned that the most viewed content on these platforms included content created by family and friends and videos. The things that we learned about social media implies that the Goodwill has the ability to change what people know about them and help spread their mission of job training and placing people in jobs by becoming more visible. Also, that by creating videos, they could increase the viewership of their content.
Hi, I am Yuji Cao, and now I would like to move to next section, the long-term relationship with donors. So the main issues of goodwill industry is hard to return donors after they give the first donation. So the first step we did is to doing some research to figure out what reason caused donor leave. So based on our secondary research, we found the Bloomberg infographic, which can show us some specific reasons cause donor leave. As you can see from graphic, there are more than half of donors leave because they think the organization lack of communication with them. So now we figure out the main reason. So next step, I would like to share some implications from me. Alright, generally speaking, there are 2 key implications. The first one, make donors become your volunteer, let them work for you. So that is a very good way to boost them participate in the future donation activities. And the second one is give them strong reason, persuade them to keep going, give donation by telling them where the fund going, or you can just show them the result of their donation. So that's all the information about how to develop long-term cooperation with donors.
From our interview with Crystal Johnson, we learned that inventory's organization varied from store to store, and that contributed to the ease of finding items in the store that she was visiting. Also, we learned that she was not knowledgeable about the Goodwill's greater mission of providing job training to people who may need it. The information we gathered from this interview led us to come to the conclusion that inventory should be handled in a similar way across stores to make things more uniform, and that even people who frequently shop at Goodwills are unaware of their mission and that they may need to broadcast it in a more public manner.
In this section, I would like to share the result of our observation experience. So, in order to better understand the Goodwill, we choose to observe the one of the retail store in Greensboro, and I summarized the result from three aspects: distribution, information center, and the interaction with donors and customers. So, first of all, the whole store's distribution is actually surprised me because I saw the whole store is in a perfect order, and also they serve with high quality product. But I only saw 2 or 3 employees in the store are available for help people, the donors and the customers, and also we didn't find enough information about the company's mission, where the funds went, and the reason why people should donate. So the implication of our organization experience is Goodwill retail store is provide high quality products with cheap price, and the people love that. But the retail store did not play important role in terms of how to develop more donors or the sponsors. So that part is the organization should be working on in the future.
And I would like to present our survey along with giving a brief background information and an overview of what exactly went into our survey. First, I would like to start on the platform. The platform that we chose to deliver and distribute our survey was SurveyMonkey. SurveyMonkey is a top-flight surveying platform on the internet, and I'm happy that we chose this, as SurveyMonkey gave us our metrics and it gave us all the information we needed and great graphs, and it was just easy to use. Next, I will move into our participants. We had 5 participants who all considered themselves frequent buyers or shoppers at secondhand stores. And lastly, we broke down our 4 questions into different topics, and these topics stretched across loyalty rewards program, and if that would be insightful and useful for these customers, along with a mobile app, what type of customers they are, whether they are buying to resell or buying to keep personally, and lastly, if they've ever donated at the same store that they've purchased from. Through our survey, we identified 60% of these customers are reselling the products that they purchase, and 40% are keeping these products for personal use. Though both types of customers would like a mobile application that showcases in-stock local inventory along with a loyalty rewards program for constant buyers. Although both of these customers might buy for different reasons, both of these customers have been shown 80% of the time to also donate to the same stores that they purchase from.
Now it's time to introduce our prototypes. So we created 2 prototypes based on our concept. One is barcode system and another one is event planning. So the first prototype shown in the slide is barcode system. We create this prototype in order to show the people how our barcode system actually work. From beginning when the organization receives the donation item until how organization put them in stock, and so that they can track the donation item whenever they need the information of them. So in order to establish prototypes and develop launch plan during the whole investigation process, our group did a secondary research in the first, and we has been through the ideation process in order to share all of ideas together, and did the primary research, and then we combine all information together and identify our final concept for the goodwill. So that's all the information we want to share for today, and we truly hope our report will be very helpful in the future development for goodwill. So if you guys have any question, free to email us, and thanks so much for spending time with us.
Our first launch initiative along the lines of inventory systems include a 4-week training across 3 tiers of employment. The top tier, the head of logistics across the entire Triad Goodwill systems, will be in for a 2-week training for the barcoding and analytics software to then be able to teach to the other 2 tiers. Tier 2 would be a newly appointed head of inventory for each retail location, and they will be in for a 1-week training and then also be in for the training to train the day-to-day operations crew at the bottom tier. Lastly, we have our community initiative called the Goodwill Get Together. The Goodwill Get Together will take place the first Saturday of every month, and this will involve customers, donors, employees, and all supporters of the Triad Goodwill system, and invite them out to a day of sharing of success stories, partnership activations, and other fun events to give back to the community. We believe that this event will strengthen the connections that we have with our donors, customers, and everyone a part of the Goodwill system and family. Thank you.
So in order to establish our prototypes and develop launch plan, during the whole investigation process, our group did the secondary research in the first, and we has been through the ideation process in order to share all the ideas together, and we did the primary research, and then we combined all information together and identify the final concept for our project. So that's all the information that we want to share for today. We truly hope this report will be very helpful to Goodwill in the future development. So if you guys have any question, please email us, and thanks so much for spending your time with us.